Okay. So our topic for today is basically fall prevention and occupational therapy perspective. So what are we going to do is we will have a interactive discussion about what problems you have faced or what problems you can face and how we can prevent falls, because falls are something which are very common with uh, as we grow, as we age. uh, Falls have been very common. Some of them, people have been lucky to escape any hazard, or but at times it has uh, taken toll on people quality of life. Okay, so what we will do is we will just discuss some of the things that I've come across, and with my experience with geriatric population, we can see how I can educate you to uh, have fall prevention program at home. Okay, so what I want you all to do is just come up with one space in your at your home, and then we will have a discussion on how to go about modifying or clearing the area, or doing an environmental auditing. Is that okay? Uh, so Dr. Meena is there with us for now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
there. Good morning,
Hello,
good morning.
Ushaji. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay. So I was just saying that as we age, the rate of falls increase amongst the geriatric population. So we are here to discuss how we can do a fall prevention program.
yeah,
Okay. So fall prevention, I believe that Dr. Harsha has also taken some of the exercises related
yeah,
to your balance.
yeah,
Okay. Related to the core strengthening and
yeah,
lower limb exercises, upper body exercises.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
We will focus on today. Today, our focus will be more on how we can audit the environment, how we
yeah,
can change the environment so that we
yeah,
don't fall.
yeah. But I feel that one should find out the cause, that why they are falling, and correct the
Exactly.
cause first. Correct the cause
Exactly.
first, so that in that particular person, the fall will be avoided.
Correct.
So,
Correct. So, in general, what we are trying to do is, so we are just having an online session. I'll give you a checklist later,
yeah,
and and we are focusing. Our focus is the environment. What
yeah,
can be the environmental causes for fall
yeah,
prevention?
yeah,
That is the thing.
yeah.
Okay.
But
So basically,
yeah,
yeah,
but environmental causes are multiple, especially if
yeah,
you look at Bombay roads. On Bombay roads, they are up and down, and so many things are dug, and even they are not properly fitted again. So,
correct.
looking to all that, it
Exactly. So yeah,
increases the
we
cost.
will have a discussion about those things. But
Yeah,
let's just start with one thing. Let's
yeah,
start with your home, because
yeah,
that is the place where you spend most of your time,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay. So at least you spend 14 to 15 hours being at home.
yeah,
So let's see that. So basically, falls are like uh, a common serious health problem among older adults.
yeah,
Okay, so it has been said that in India, over every five, so one of five senior falls and has a, traumatic event. So it may be fracture or head injury. Okay,
yeah,
or the common fracture is your hip fracture, your hip bone going in trochanteric fracture. Okay,
yeah,
so simply making changes in the house
yeah,
will not actually reduce the falls, but it will reduce the risk of having falls at home. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
so also we also tend to, as I said, that Harsha has already taken the physical aspect of it. That
yeah,
making you physically able.
Yeah.
Okay, your muscle strength, your balance.
Yeah.
Okay. The last time also we took brain gym exercises. It was more focused on your cognition, your balance,
Yeah.
okay, and your strength as well.
Yeah.
So we have to do both. Both will go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's start from the entrance of the house.
Yeah.
So we have to see the entrance
Yeah.
because you come from outside and you enter the house. So the flooring, the
Yeah.
flooring changes, right?
Yeah.
So if the flooring is suppose very smooth,
Yeah.
then you have there are like a lot of chances that you might fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when you are moving from one kind of floor to another kind of floor, the
Yeah.
change in surface texture can put you to the risk of fall.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, as you said, Dr. Veena, that the flooring which is outside,
Yeah.
as in footpath or
Yeah.
anything, those
Yeah.
are at risk. They are
Yeah.
uneven.
Yeah.
So, or for example, now we are expecting rains in another, say, 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay? Then there are even more chances of people falling down.
Yeah.
Okay? So, how do we correct the inside area? So, having a solid non-sticky area inside entrance to help secure footing. Okay, so non-slippery.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you come from outside,
Yeah.
you remove your footwear and you have probably you can have a mat inside and outside both. So you dry your foot twice,
Yeah.
and once you're dried, then you're good to go ahead. But
Yeah.
if you just take out your footwear, your foot is still wet,
Yeah.
stepping inside the house on a slippery surface,
Yeah.
that's the main place where you can have a fall.
Yeah.
Okay, at the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably you can have a landing deck. So for example, that's the same thing where what I told you. You can have a mat there, okay, where you can uh, remove your footwear. You can
Yeah.
wipe your legs and go inside,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Next, we can move to the bathroom. Okay.
Mm.
So, what all does anybody has anybody experienced a fall at home?
Not yet.
Not yet. Or have you lost your balance or something at home or
Mm.
anywhere in the house? Or you've seen, okay, or you feel that this area is more risky or this area is little safer for me? Do you feel like that?
Usually, bathroom is more risky, and
Yeah,
uh, geriatric population is prone to have a fall in the bathroom.
correct.
So appropriate railings are to be put in the bathroom
Hmm.
and over
Huh.
the toilet.
Yeah,
Uh,
we will cover that. Yes.
yeah,
So,
and so that they are not likely to fall. Plus,
hmm,
the tiles of the bathroom also can be changed. If it
correct.
is very slippery, you can
Correct.
introduce some rough tiling over there so
Yeah.
that proneness for fall is avoided.
Hmm.
So that is,
So
I think,
let's see the checklist that we need to have uh, for the bathroom. So I'll just ask you a question. You all can unmute yourself and we will uh, uh, have a discussion. Okay. So is the path from your hallway or bedroom to the bathroom dark? Yes or no?
Uh, I didn't get it.
So is the pathway from your hall
To
or
the
your bedroom, or is it dark?
no,
No, not even during the nights, right?
no, no. Yeah.
Perfect. So basically, if somebody has that problem, then installing suppose footlights would make it more effective, more better. Okay. So do you use a towel rack for balance or to grab onto while getting in or out of the bathtub or shower? Or have you seen anybody, your parents or your spouse grabbing that to get in and out, or doorknobs for that matter?
Not really.
Okay. So then that's a good thing because the balance is still there. Okay. So if that is yes, then if it is no good, if it is a yes, uh, then we might be able to mount a grab rail. Okay.
But once a while, like when the wall, I mean, the floor is wet,
Hmm.
like when the mopping is going on, I do grab the corridor before. Yeah,
Corridor.
that is just for the, I mean, just for a conscious
Safety.
safety. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. So basically, uh, if you see or if you experience, okay, so we are preventing the fall. That's why we are trying to predict the future. Okay, so because prevention will always be better than cure, right?
Yes.
So that still stands there. So installing grab rails would be a better idea in the bathroom. Okay, and next to the toilet seats, because holding the grab rails and getting up is a better idea than holding a door, because doors are more dynamic, they are not stable. Okay, there are more chances of falling because you will be more dependent on the door, thinking that it is a stable surface. Okay, and as you mentioned that the hallway sometimes you need while mopping and all is going on the floor is that you need to grab something. For there also, I would suggest definitely that grab rails would be of real good help. Okay. So next question is it difficult to stand during a shower? During a
Stands?
shower, is it difficult? Is it difficult to stand during showering?
Oh,
When
no,
you
it's
take
not.
shower, when you take bath, it's all fine. And same is the case with your husband also, right?
Yes.
Sitaji? Okay. What about you, Dr. Merchant?
No, I usually sit on the bathroom seats and take a shower because I believe that showering is a relaxing phenomena, and
Oh,
therefore one should not stand and finish your bath in hurry and all that. So I always sit on a bathroom seat and take
great.
shower with
Yeah.
relaxation.
So that's a real scenario. Okay. Because uh, taking in a shower seat or a normal chair is also fine. Okay, a plastic chair which dries easily, and sitting on that and showering would be a better idea for uh, if you think that okay, we are losing on the balance. Okay, so also if you have issues with vertigo or dizziness, for example, when you change your
Position.
alignment, okay,
Yeah.
with respect to gravity. For example, if you are sleeping and then directly getting up and you get dizzy, so that is basically vertigo coming into picture. So for them, I would recommend that sitting would be more appropriate because it is more stable and there are less chances of falling or minimal chances of falling. Okay.
Yeah.
So next question goes, is the shower floor or if you have bathtub slippery or is there water on the floor? Are there leaks from the tub or shower? That is what you need to see. So is the floor or bathtub slippery?
No, it's not.
Okay. So if there is water on the floor, what do you all do?
Water on the bathroom floor?
So, so if you suppose if your husband has gone before you for bathing, comes out and you go next. So and if the floor is wet,
It's usually a cautious walking on water. I mean, the tiles are not completely like it is anti-skid tiles.
Very nice.
So
So yeah. So first thing is just when you start making the bathroom, you put on the tiles which are non-stick. Okay.
yeah,
That is universally accessible. Nobody would have a problem with a non-stick tile, right? So that is one thing. Or next thing we can do is when you start losing the grip or something, we can have non-stick mats. Non-stick mats are
yes,
very easily available online. You go and you just type non-stick mats, you will get them. Okay, so those are really good support for all of us. Okay, even I tend to use the non-stick mat because again, so I have seniors at my place. I would prefer that they don't fall, and that is how the modification has been done by me. Okay, so next question is it necessary to reach far or turn around to get towel, shampoo, or soap? So, what I mean to say is the towel, shampoo, or soap easily
accessible
accessible?
is, yeah,
Yeah, within your reach
yeah,
without you trying to reach too far. Okay, so that is also one thing. Okay, so what we can have is we can have a storage unit. Most of us, we all Indian houses have that. Okay, a small cabinet where everything is just near the shower area where you take shower or you have bath, and see to it that it is easily reachable. For example, Dr. Merchant, she is most of the times in sitting position, right? So in sitting, she would have to keep it in such a way that it is easily reachable in sitting position. Okay, so not too high or not too low. And she would also need to take care that somebody who comes after her doesn't have to bend too much to take out the stuff from the cabinet. So in that way, you have to put it in somewhere in the mid range
middle.
where one can access it in sitting and standing as well. Yeah. Okay. So next question is next checklist basically is it difficult to get on and off the toilet? I mean toilet or toilet seat, the commode or the Indian toilet, whatever
No,
we have.
that's
Okay, great. So right now it is not, or maybe later if it becomes, then what we can do
yeah.
for it.
We could probably put a holding handle or something before
Yeah.
we get.
So installing basically grab rails, that would be that is a good idea because then you pull it and you just get up, and again you have cutout mats which just fit
Vacuum base, yeah, vacuum base
around,
mats.
around your commode, so the floor, so that will also help you establish a good grip for your feet. Next, also you can have raised toilet seats. So you have something which is available online. It's called raised toilet
Yeah,
seat. You can just fix it, and it's DIY. You can do it by yourself. You just have to tighten up the screws, and it
yeah,
gets fixed. So getting up from higher position is easier. Okay, and it can always be taken out and fixed again. And again, it is universally accessible. Anybody and everybody can use it.
So
Okay,
what about grabbing the railings? Uh, you in,
grab
in
rails.
yeah, install the railings near the toilet seat, and you
Yeah,
can grab it, and uh, it will be easier, I think, because I do that.
yes. So grab rails are basically a universal solution, I'll say. Those those are the ones which can be installed everywhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
and they give a good stability, and you have a better confidence.
yeah,
Plus, you will not have any fall fear of falling.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is what we discussed earlier. But these other solutions which are not usually given by everybody. So I am trying to just
Yeah.
give out of the box thing for you all.
Yeah.
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 So next we move on to the kitchen. Okay. So what all can you think would be the risk in the kitchen which can make you fall?
Spillage could be one.
Yeah, spillage is one main thing in the kitchen. Yes.
So promptly dry it up as soon as it's
Yeah. So for example,
oil especially.
yeah, when we saute some things or like that, the oil might just come out of the pan and it would spread nearby, okay, on the floor. So if that's the case, and you already know it, so somebody else who doesn't know it and he or she steps in, uh, then there might be chances of fall. Or for example, if we have had suppose banana, we have peeled off and just the peel is fallen down and we've not picked it up, then that is also a fall risk. So the things which are around the floor, that can be one risk. Okay, so let's see what we can do for the things. Let's move according to the checklist that I've prepared. Okay, so are things you often use high on shelves. So the things which are used very frequently are kept higher. Are they high or
No,
they
within
easily
hands
reach?
reach. Yeah, within
Yeah,
hands.
great. So, so next is how often do you have to climb onto stool or something to reach out to the things which are kept higher. Usually we have like the cabinets at house where we keep stored items and which we don't use quite often. So do you
Uh,
have such
Not
thing?
too frequent. Not too frequent. I do climb the ladder, but not too frequent.
Okay.
Only probably for cleaning the tiles
Yes.
once in
So
a
that comes the place where we are at risk of fall. Okay, so what do you do, Mrs. Jacob, for so that you don't fall, basically?
I ensure that there's another family member inside the house when I do
Great,
this.
great, great. So that's the best solution that
Mobile
we
is
have.
at accessible distance.
Correct, correct.
Mobile is
So
accessible.
yes. So while doing cleaning or something, one is so in the real world scenario, most of us do what you are doing, Ushaji, to get a good cleaning and shiny tiles at home. We usually do it by yourself and we climb and do it. But what I can suggest is we have long handle mops which are easily available. So and there are sprays also. So you have those
Yes.
sprays and you just spray it and you wipe it. So
Yeah, sometimes I do that also. The collar and
yeah,
brush. Sometimes
correct.
I
So that is more ergonomical also,
yeah.
and that is the least of risk that you
This
can take. Yes. Okay. So that is one thing I suggested to my mom and my grandmother also at home, that you should have this. You should be doing this rather than climbing. For reaching, we can't avoid. So suppose we have to take something out from high shelf, we need to climb. But then you have to ensure that there is somebody, either your family member or your help or your mate, whatever, is there to hold the stool. Okay, but I will say ideally avoid it. Yes, best possible cases avoid it. Okay. So next is Do you use chair or boxes or makeshift items to reach high shelves?
No, ladder. Only ladder.
Yeah, great. Okay. So never ever do that. For example, I've seen people putting stool and over that putting a dabba to reach up. Okay. So that is very risky. It's unstable. Don't do it. Okay. Is it necessary to reach far or bend over to get commonly used items for food and food?
No.
For example, reaching for masalas or anything down, or
All
reaching
sugar,
for
salt, tea, everything is in hands reach.
very nice. Everything is within the eye level, right? More or less. Yes. Okay. Great. So that is one good thing.
I usually stack it that way.
Correct.
So वो रोज जो भी जरूरत है that comes with
Correct.
it. And
Correct.
it's from the days when I was working because it's easier to finish the work.
Correct. Perfect. Yes. So
Yeah.
basically, the first idea is to organize yourself in a way that most of the things that we commonly use are within the easy reach. For example, masalas. Now we Indians use masalas a lot, so that is in the common reach. Then other things, for example, sometimes I have to make pasta or sometimes we make pizza. So those sauces can be kept down or kept otherwise away, a little away, say. Okay. So then if we have to bend down, okay, for example, now usually the kitchens that are made now are modern kitchens and they have those shelves. But earlier kitchens, older kitchens, they don't have. They just have a platform and storages below the platform. So keeping a hand over the platform and reaching out with the other hand is a good idea because you won't strain your back also for that purpose. For reaching out to utensils, you can do the same thing. Because once you land up with a back problem, then again your muscles will go into stiffness or spasm. Again, so once that cycle starts, then you are going to be at risk of fall. Okay. Yeah. So next checklist that we need to make sure is there liquid food or grease or other clutter on the floor. Okay, if it is there, don't step into it. Okay, wipe it. Okay, wipe it with a mop, long-handled mop, so that you are not anywhere around the perimeter of the liquid. Okay, so it will immediately reduce the chances of spillage. Don't say that okay, I'll do it later. I need to have some other important work. Because what happens is when you even it might slip away from your head also, and you while entering into the kitchen, you might land up with a fall. Okay, so we need to see that. Okay, so those were the kitchen items. Next is bedroom. Okay, so what are the questions that we need to ask? Is there a long reach for the bed from the bed to a light switch? Like, do you have to get up and reach the light switch?
Alexa.
Alexa, wow, amazing. What about you, Dr. Marchin?
No, it's not a long reach. I can easily get them.
Great, great. So most of the houses, I think, have already done the required modification. Yeah, but why do I ask is because once you go and get up and switch off the light, then you have to come back in the darkness, right? So either you can have night lights or the foot lamps that we call. Okay, switch on those.
Night lamps are on usually.
Yeah, and then also sometimes you have to get up at night for using the washroom or something. So that time the foot lamps are of real help.
Yeah.
You don't have to turn on the main lights or the tube lights.
Yeah, it's better to sit on the bed for a while and then get up.
Yes. So that is one thing. If you have another issues, as I said, like orthostatic hypotension, or if you have vertigo, okay. So it's always good to first just uh, wake up, sit, and then go for the washroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the next question is if you keep your phone or telephone within the reach, within your easy reach or no, because sometimes people have that habit of keeping their mobiles away from them so that they are not disturbed.
No, it's in hands reach.
Okay, fine. So that is one thing that we need to take care. That at night, if the phones or for example the bottles within your easy reach. Okay. Next again is clutter. So is there clutter on the floor?
No.
So yeah, if it is, then you should clean it immediately. Okay, declutter your room. So basic idea is to declutter your area because, for example, sometimes a pillow is falling or a cushion is falling down. You come and you step on it. So there is no friction which is there. So there are chances that you might have a fall.
Yeah, sure.
So you need to be careful. Do not step on cushion. Just take it, pick it up whenever you see. Okay. So do you need glasses to see around? Okay. So most of the older adults have that thing. They need glasses. So you need to see that you have glasses also within your easy reach because you cannot afford to stand and go and find your glasses. Okay, that's the place where you might trip and fall. Okay, okay. Most of us don't have, but we still need to see that are there charging cables. So most of the times the charging cables they are just when you take out the phone they are just lying somewhere on the floor. Okay, so we need to see that other telephone lines or charging cable running around the floor or walkways. Okay, so make sure that whenever you charge your phone or something, you keep the charging charger or adapter and the cord in the drawer or area designated for it. Okay, and also you need to see how many times do you have to get up to use the bathroom at night. Okay, because at night most of the people have those research says that most of the people have fallen during 4 to 5 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
because that is the time when usually the bladder gets full, and that's the time when you get up and go. So you need to see that how many times do you have to get up at night. So accordingly, you have to adjust the water intake. Okay, you don't have to reduce it, but you have to reduce the frequency of drinking water before going to 1 hour before going to the bed. Okay, you can have more water when you're awake, lesser when it's your bedtime. Suppose if you're going at 10 o'clock, reduce the water intake from 9 o'clock. Okay, because you're still awake. Okay, so do you next is if you have a bigger house, okay, where you stay, then you have more furnitures around. You have more space, definitely to move, but you also have furnitures around. So, for example, now we're talking about the living area. Okay, so for example, you have a table. Okay, you have a dining table. You have a teapot there. Okay, you have sofas. Some people might tend to put the sofas in the middle. Okay, a table. Okay, so we need to see that do you have to walk around furniture to walk through the room?
Hmm.
Okay, so most of the times the answer is yes.
Not really.
Okay, great. So how's your thing arranged, Ushaji?
No, actually, all bedrooms have attached
No, this is,
bathrooms.
I'm talking about the living area.
Yeah, living area, it's set kind of.
Okay, so usually,
Furnitures are moved very frequently.
correct. So usually, what happens is the chair is there or the sofas are there, and in front there is a table to have
Yeah,
tea.
there's a center table. Yeah,
Yeah. So most of the houses have like that arrangement, and there is dining table around. So most of the times you have to maneuver uh, yourself around the table, and
yeah.
uh, sometimes we
Uh,
also get bumped.
another risk I have found is the folded carpets.
Yes. So
Folding
that
a
is
carpet.
one thing
Yeah.
that creates even more danger for all of us. Okay. So basically, that is my next question. Okay. So first is the table. So it's better to have a straight path in every room. Okay.
Yeah.
What you can do is arrange if it's a small family, then arrange it in tables in such a way that it is at a corner. Okay. And then you can have your tea and
Yeah.
all there.
Only when required it can be put
Only
to
when
the.
required, yes, it can be rearranged. Okay. So carpets and rugs. So if you have damaged floorings or damaged rugs or carpets, it's better to change them. Okay. Uh, Next is what you can do is tuck it under the sofa. Okay. So that you directly land on to the main surface of the carpet. You don't land up on the sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then next is you have to see the height of the chairs or couches with respect to the ground. If they are too low, then there are risks that while getting up, you might have a fall. Okay. So what you can do is for a low chair, you can always have a pillow or cushion which you can place and then sit. So it's easier to get up. Okay. So again, you need to see are there things decluttered or not. Okay. So if you have stairs or steps, okay, at your place, then you need to see. Sometimes what happens, people start using those stairs for storage. So you tend to keep your shoes or socks and all those things around. So you need to see that, make sure that they are kept at one side, not lying here and there. Also, what happens is if there are socks or something, then you might just slip onto the socks. Yeah. Okay. You need to see if the steps or stairs are broken. Even you can do this for your building. Okay. If you tend to use the stairs, or if there are stairs which you need to climb, you need to see this. If they are broken on it, if they are broken, you need to report it immediately and get it fixed, repaired, and till then you have to avoid and be careful.
Using.
Okay. So yeah. Then next is the lighting in the area. Okay, when you take the steps, so you need to see if there are handrails or no, and is there good lighting uh, in the steps? Because sometimes if the lift doesn't work, then you might have to take stairs. So you need to check that. You need to do that auditing by yourself. Okay. So next we move on to the personal risk factor. Okay. Now, till now we discussed the external factors.
Yeah.
Now we discuss the internal factors. Internal factors are within our body. So personal risk factor is, you need to ask, what I always ask my patient is, have you ever fallen before? Okay, if yes, were you injured or were you okay? Okay, so next is, has your strength gone down? You need to check that. Okay, so decrease in hand strength. So hand strength can put you at a greater risk for falling, because you may have difficulty in catching or holding a thing when you tend to fall.
Hmm.
Okay, if that's the thing, then you need to go back and follow the precautions that I've told you right now. So installing and changing the environment better. Okay, you need to check your eyesight also. Okay, and also perceiving the depth. So if you take a step and if you directly bump into it, or if you are going down and you're not able to judge the height or the depth, basically.
Yeah, the best thing is to go as close as possible to the
Yes,
wall.
yes,
And then
yes,
put your,
yes. That's the better idea. Whenever you take stairs or steps, you should always be close to the wall. Even while walking on a footpath, you need to be very careful, and you need to see, is there something to hold or around, maybe a tree trunk. Okay.
the disaster is these days, even the footpaths are not straight.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Merchant said, either it is ups and downs,
Yeah.
or even if they give a ramp, the ramp is elevated on one side and tapering towards the road.
Correct.
So
So most
easy.
of that,
Yeah.
that's the problem that we are facing. So making things accessible, there are some things which we are missing on to. For example, when the entrance for the entrance of the building, we always have a ramp for the smooth movement of the cars and even wheelchair accessible. So people who are having balance issues, they tend to find it very difficult to maneuver those ramps, right? What we can do is, we can always have a stick with us if that is a difficulty, or if we have reached the position where we think that we might fall. It's always good to have a cane with us. Okay, so when you think or when you have a fear of fall, that means you are really not confident about yourself, and then there are chances that you might have falls. So then hearing loss. Okay, compromising with your hearing, that is also a fall risk. Okay, having flat feet, or we call it as bun unions. I mean, the toes going inside towards the inner side of the feet. That way, those might be a fall risk. So what you can do is, you can have good footwear. Okay, uh, the sports shoes are really good for the ones which come specifically for walking, are really ones which provide you a good stable surface. You can use that. Okay, so those are the things that we have covered. Most of the things I think I have covered. What I'll try and do is send you all the checklist of the items that we have discussed. I'll try and do it. And you all need to keep assessing yourself every month. Okay, keep going through that checklist so that we can prevent the falls definitely. Okay, fine.
Excuse me, I have
Yeah,
one question. See, you said that before sleeping, 1 hour before the sleeping, you reduce your water intake, right?
correct, correct.
So then if you are sleeping at 10 o'clock, after night you should not drink at all, or you have to drink less.
You can. yeah, you can, but you should try and finish it before 9.
I
Yeah.
guess it should be like if you're getting up in the night to go, then you have to, I mean, reschedule. Otherwise, you
Reschedule it,
can
yes.
just carry on.
Otherwise, it's
So
fine.
you have,
So,
yeah.
yes, if it all depends on the frequency. If you are going frequently for urination, then probably you have to reduce the water intake during the later hours. That is what I advise my patients also. Because what happens is your sphincter muscles also get weakened with the age as you age. Okay, so the holding capacity also goes down, right? So then there you feel like urinating very frequently. Okay.
Yeah. So then suppose you are sleeping at 10 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, you reduce as much as possible, and before 9 o'clock, you can drink a lot of water because
Yes. Ideally,
otherwise,
I would advise like that.
yeah, otherwise there will be a problem of dehydration. Okay,
Correct.
and
Now you need to actually see that we are
Assess.
not reducing the total amount of water intake. Suppose if you are having 3 liters, you have 3 liters. Okay.
yeah,
You make more towards the day and
yeah,
lesser towards the as you proceed towards the night side.
yeah, yeah. And sir, initially what you said when you enter your house, what you should do that I could not follow.
So I was advising to have a non-skid doormat. Okay, because keeping in mind that we might come from a surface, we are changing the surfaces, right?
Yeah,
So being aware, having grab rails was something I suggested, and I said that this rainy season is also coming. So most of the times we get wet, even
yeah,
if we are having umbrella with us, our foot definitely gets wet.
yeah,
Okay, so having two doormats, one inside and one outside, the
yeah,
non-skid ones will
yeah,
really help you in reducing the risk of falls.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that is it for today. Uh,
Thank you.
Archana, are
Uh,
you there?
You could maybe in the coming sessions, no, you could include some balancing exercises.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah,
But before that, we will assess the balance
yeah.
and then we will decide accordingly what exercises we can take. Okay.
See, usually, old age meniscal tear is very common because old people suffer from osteoarthritis, and
Yeah.
because of osteoarthritis,
Yes, so we need to take all those things into consideration,
yeah,
but we
yeah,
will definitely work it out. We
yeah,
will
Yeah.
need to take balance exercises.
sure,
Definitely.
sure.
We will do that. Yes.
Strengthening and stretching the muscle, that is very
Yes.
important.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So then, hopefully, I'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you. You take
All
care.
right. All
Yeah.
right. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Archana and Pradhiman sir, all team.
Yeah, welcome,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yeah, we'll see
Thank
you
Thank
you
next
so
you.
much.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day.